Hey Smudge, what you doing? Oh, is your treat bone empty? Well, what you gonna do about it? Well, you can't have those. Have you read the ingredients? It's got sugar and byproducts, coloring, and chemical preservatives. Hey, I've got a great idea. We'll go make something healthy for your red bone. Come on. Now, there are a lot of things out there that are labeled dog treats and dog food that just aren't good for dogs. And Smudge is older and she's got arthritis. From what I've read, grains and potatoes are bad for arthritis. Grains cause inflammation in dogs, and the inflammation feeds arthritis and cancer too. So I make these totally grain-free. No sugar either. I start with 1 cup of natural peanut butter. You know, the kind that doesn't have salt or sugars or anything. It also has all that oil at the top, which is just a peanut oil that has accumulated after it's settled. Just stir it up for a few minutes. It'll all get mixed well. There we go. Now put a cup of this into the bowl of your mixer. In a separate bowl, let's mix up the dry ingredients. Garbanzo bean flour and tapioca flour are gluten-free, so they don't cause that inflammation we were talking about. From here on out, there are no absolutes in this recipe. You just have to watch and add as you go. You'll see what I mean. Mix the peanut butter on low speed with a little bit of water, maybe about 1/4 of a cup, until it's smooth. Add in about 1/3 of your dry ingredients, and then you'll start slowly adding in a little bit more water. Add your second installment of dry ingredients, then a little bit more water. And go easy on the water. This is where you can start putting too much water in and then it gets sticky. Add your final installment of dry ingredients and let's see how we've done. It's still dry, so we'll add just a little bit more water, maybe a tablespoon at a time. Turn the speed up a little bit and let's see if it's moist enough. It should start to pull away from the bowl and leave the bowl fairly clean. With the garbanzo bean flour and the moisture in the air, you just can't be sure how much water you're going to need. So you just have to go slow, let it spin a little bit, and watch it. It should be moist but not sticky. Once you've reached this consistency, just turn the speed up to about medium and let it run for a few minutes. It needs to beat up a little and toughen up. Once the bottom is clean and mostly the sides, then pull it up and let's feel of it. It shouldn't be sticky or stick to your hands at all. It should be easy to roll. There, that's nice. Put it into a clean container and cover it tightly with plastic wrap. Let it sit for about 15 minutes. In the meantime, set up a rolling station and also a sheet pan covered with parchment. Don't forget to preheat your oven to 350. Now you can make it into any shape that you like. You can roll it out and use a cookie cutter shaped like a bone. Remember, it's only cute for you. The dog really doesn't care. They are pretty cute though. Or you can just use a pizza cutter or a knife and make little squares. Just be sure don't cut your little rolling mat. But for me and Smudge, it's Play-Doh time. She loves that little treat bone, so I roll it out into a snake and cut it into little pieces that'll fit the red bone. Place them on the parchment and then bake them at 350 for about 30 minutes. Check them, and if they're not crunchy yet, put them back in for another 10. Once they've cooled, I put them in my food dehydrator for a few hours just to make sure there's no moisture left in them. I don't want them to mold. If you don't have one of these, that's okay. Just leave them in the oven, turn the temperature down to 200 degrees, and let them sit for an hour or two. After they've cooled, I leave them in an airtight container until she's ready for a snack. Your dog is a member of your family, so feed it like a member of your family. Don't just take the front of the box for granted. Read the ingredients, or better yet, make your own. See you next time on Kimberly in the Kitchen.